Hi, this is Jack at HomemadeCheese.org, and this is a quick video to show you just how simple making your own homemade cheese can be. So the basic premise is add acid to milk, get the casein to come out of solution, the casein's a protein in the milk, get that to come out of solution, turn into curds, separate your curds from your whey, and add a bit of salt to your curds, and hey presto, you have cheese. Now the very simplest way of doing that is to make an acid cheese. So I'm going to show you how to make lemon cheese, which is incredibly straightforward. In front of you, everything you need to do this from start to finish. We've got 1 litre of whole milk. This is just bog standard whole milk from the local co-op. We've got 2 lemons. We're going to use the juice from the lemons to give us the acid to separate the milk into curds and whey. I've got a pan in which I'm going to do that. It's a non-reactive pan, so not aluminium, as the acid can air chip the aluminium. I've got a slotted spoon to separate my curds from my whey. I've got a thermometer, which is vital to make sure the milk's at the right temperature when I add the acid. I've then got a butter muslin, which is the white cloth in the bottom right hand corner. That's to filter further the whey from the curds. If you're at home and you don't have that, you can just use a sterilised tea towel. Either way, to sterilise, just put the cloth or your tea towel or the muslin into boiling water for 5 minutes. And then finally, back there, right hand corner, top right hand corner, I've got a colander and a bowl which I'm going to tip my separated curds and whey into, and that will help me drain the whey from the curds. So very straightforward, 8 or 9 pieces of kit there. Let's go. So first step to making lemon cheese, we need to get the milk up to temperature. Appropriate temperature for this recipe is 38 degrees C. I've got the hob here on quite a low heat, so 8 is about a medium kind of setting on here. The best thing we can do is heat this up very, very gently. That prevents scalding and just results in a much nicer quality of cheese. Be sure to keep stirring. What we don't want to do is get scalded milk on the bottom. So using my slotted spoon, keep stirring, and make sure to keep checking the thermometer and turn off the heat as soon as we get to 38 degrees. 38 degrees is blood temperature, so it just feels warm, it's not particularly hot or anything like that. And we are ready to separate out our curds from whey. So I've got my squeezed lemon juice. That's the juice of 2 lemons. Just tip that straight into the milk. Good stir. With our slotted spoon. You can already feel it thickening. Hard to demonstrate that on video, but you'll feel it thickening straight away as you do it. Okay, that's brilliant. In fact, you can see it separating out there just to see. And we'll now leave that covered up for 30 minutes or so. So our lemon acid in the milk has been standing for 25 minutes or so, and you can clearly see now that it has separated into curds and whey. So here are the curds, and then dripping out the bottom of the spoon there is the whey. And the curds are what is going to give us our cheese, and the whey is something that on today's occasion we don't want to keep. So what I've got in the bowl at the side of the pan here is a butter muslin, which is lining a colander, and they're both stood inside a bowl, and that means the bowl can collect the whey as it comes out. And all I need to do now is just take the curds out of this mix and pour them into this bowl using my slotted spoon. That's done. All of the mix has gone into the colander. What I'm going to do now is just pull the cheesecloth together, which will give it a chance to further drain, but without drying out. Just want to cover the top so the air doesn't get to it. I like mine quite well done, so I squeeze a bit out there and just spin it around a bit. And then what I'm going to do is just leave that in there for about an hour or so, at which point we'll have a completed cheese. Our cheese has been standing for about an hour, just over an hour and 10 minutes or so. All drained out, ready to go, so let's have a look at what we've got. Just move this out of the way. There we go. You can see a cheese, as simple as that. Now most of it we can pick out in one go. Bit there, just a off-camera nibble. Now, as you'd expect, that it does have a taste of lemons about it in a pleasant way. It's a cheese that goes very well in a salad. It's very soft, quite crumbly, but as you've seen, really simple to make. So I'd recommend this as your first cheese. Why don't you go back to HomemadeCheese.org, share your pictures with me, let me know how it went. It'd be great to publish some of your homemade cheese pictures on there. Read up about some milk, and why not have a go at mozzarella, which for me is probably the next simplest cheese to create. Have fun and see you on the next video.